In tonight's episode of Sports Scene, Cricket PNG launches the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program, the Oceania Athletics Championships in Queensland, Australia, and in the Telikom National Soccer League, Madang and Hekari United defeated. All that and much more. Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Sports Scene, and I'm joined on the panel once again by Jeremy Mogi.
Dion, thank you very much.
It's been an interesting week, especially with the NSL.
Yes, it has a couple of big announcements that were made last week regarding MTV's coverage. And I think that was made on Wednesday, actually, with Telikom CEO Michael Donnely officially signing, along with the OFC President David Chung, who is also PNGFA President, and MTV's CEO Bhanu. Yeah, so that deal allows for the coverage of NSL matches for the next couple of years.
And the OFC as well?
It covers OFC matches, it covers FIFA. It's a deal that really basically brings in a lot more football to viewers out there.
Football Association have agreed to have ENT provide live coverage of the up-and-coming SNL Grand Final. And going forward, a separate announcement will be made before the start of next season relating to television coverage of all NSL matches. Football is the world game, and we are very happy to be participating on behalf of Papua New Guinea in bringing this very exciting sport to the men and women of Papua New Guinea. So thank you very much.
Very exciting for all you football fanatics out there. Now, the Cricket PNG. Cricket PNG has always been a good supporter of development, especially in the younger children, I guess, who are interested in the sport of cricket. And I guess it shows with the success of the Barramundis and the Lewas as well. So last week they launched the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program. Myself and Elijah were out at Amini Park. They had the launching with children from the Cheshire home. So they'll be running clinics with the children out there. So it's really good to see Cricket PNG getting behind the development of the sport and reaching out to wider base, especially with the children with disability, getting them involved in the sport of cricket.
Yeah, they had the program last year as well, which included.
Yes, this is the second year running.
Yeah, this is the second year, and it doesn't just include the Cheshire homes. You've also got. I think it's St. John's.
Yes, they actually
involved as well.
It's more for the communities, to get the communities involved in cricket and teach them about the sport. It was really good to see as well members of the Lewas and Barramundis they were actually there. The Barramundis had to rush off the training, but the Lewas stuck around and gave the kids a little bit of pointers, the kids from the Cheshire on how to go about with the basic skills of cricket. And here's what went down at the launching of the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program 2015. Yeah, we're out here at Mini Park for the launching of the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program. Now, Elijah, just tell me a little bit on what the program's all about.
Well, what I heard was that the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program is for people in the communities. Like there's, I think, 5 different programs in that program. And one of them is to do with people with disability. So they're trying to get people with disability to come in and play the sport of cricket.
That's awesome. As you can see behind us, the kids from Cheshire are absolutely having a ball out here at the launching of the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program.
Cricket Bilong Olgeta program, an all-inclusive program, started back last year in 2014. It's very successful last year. We went to 5 regions across Papua New Guinea, NCD, Morabea, Western Highlands, Madang and West New Britain, targeting people of all abilities, women, the multicultural sector, village cricketers and traditional cricketers. So it's been very successful, and we're here today for the launch of the All Abilities Cricket program under the umbrella of the Cricket Bilong Olgeta program, and it's going to be. We're very excited. This program has got a soft spot in my heart, where we're targeting people all around the country. It doesn't matter of their ability or where they come from.
Turnout was really good. It was a very successful turnout. I wasn't expecting it to turn out this way, to have the secretary here and Leilani, the first secretary for Australian ICOM. It was really good, and the turnout was really successful from my point of view, yes. This week we'll be having an 8-week cricket clinics run for all our clients, Red Cross, St. John's, Cheshire. So we'll have 8-week cricket clinics conducted in the respective centres, and we'll have our empowerment officers to go out and do the cricket clinics for them.
And after the break, we bring to you the Oceania Athletics Championships. Stay with us.
Whistle away very, very quickly.
Now this week was the Oceania Athletics Championships in Queensland, and our athletes are on fire. I'm actually really excited, like with not only athletics, but all of the different sports. All of our Team PNG athletes are doing extremely well, especially in the lead up in the preparations, and it's exciting. And over the weekend, as I mentioned earlier, at the Oceania Athletics Championships, Jeremy, just tell our viewers exactly what went down.
They started off PNG winning both first and second place in the women's 10,000 meters. 14-year-old, yes it is. 14-year-old Mary Kua took gold in a time of 40.39.52 minutes, whilst 31-year-old Miriam Goe took out silver.
Look at the age difference. It's really good seeing a lot of diversity in the ages that are out there.
Well, that has nothing to do with this particular conversation, but
ages, a 14-year-old and a 36-year-old.
Yeah, but
coming first and second.
True. You could say that Mary being younger would have a lot more energy, but then
you have the veteran.
The 10,000 meters isn't easy. The nearest I've ever run in long distance was 5,000, and I struggled.
Mine was 100, and I did not struggle. Yeah.
Well, moving on from there.
Dobson.
Yes, Jeremy Dobson of Samoa.
One of the biggest athletes in the Pacific is I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Tabakokoro.
It's Bonove Tabakokoro.
Yes, what Jeremy said. Now he's an outstanding runner, and he got nudged out in the 200-meter finals.
Yeah, a time of 0.13 seconds ahead of his rival.
He got second.
Well,
by Dobson. Dobson beat him.
Well, the thing about it is Tabakokoro is favorite.
Yes, he's
to
going to
take
be
gold here in Port Moresby for the Pacific Games.
He's a big favorite. It will be really interesting to see how that will go around for him losing the 200 meters. But then again, he bounced back, and in the 100-meter final, he set a new Fijian record. Now, this guy is an absolute legend.
Now, another important event that happened on that particular day was Toya Whistle beating Betty Bura.
Yes, Betty Bura is a favorite for the 200 meters. And Toya Whistle, just in a photo finish, nudged her out to take out the gold medal or first place.
Now, the performances that ended day one was in the 800 meters. This was the 800-meter mixed medley relay, and the Fijian team took home the gold medal. Papua New Guinea come in second, while Tonga and Australia were left to battle it out for the bronze. So that ended day one over the weekend.
And in day 2, PNG women won the 4x100. That's no surprise. We have really strong female runners.
Yeah, our 4x100 relay team won gold, edging out Australia in a time of 0.56 seconds. So it doesn't seem like
by
a lot.
0.56.
Yeah, by 0.56 seconds. It doesn't seem a lot, but it's roughly a 3-4 meter gap if you think about
running,
it. Yep.
Running.
So Australia got silver in the 4x100 and New Zealand bronze.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. This weekend at the Telikom National Soccer League, before Jeremy talks too much, because he's an absolute soccer fanatic, Hekari suffered a defeat, Jeremy.
Yes.
At the hands of POM FC Port Moresby, 1-0.
Yes,
What happened?
Yes, they did. They lost by 1 goal to 0. Harry Jenkins, deflection of his knee, I think. And
Do you think that was a fluke goal?
no, not really. In such high-level competition that you have, when an opportunity like that comes about, take it. And FC Port Moresby took that one chance that they had.
Were they the better side on the day?
That depends on what you mean, because FC Port Moresby placed, it was almost a full-strength lineup. Hekari fielded a lot of the, about 3 of the reserve players that came in.
Is this because
Although Hekari did dominate possession.
Okay, so it came to the point where who made use of more of the opportunities?
Yes. I mean, come on, in any sport,
Yeah.
when opportunities come about, take them.
Yeah.
And if you don't, especially when you're trying to compete for something, compete for it, make full use. If you don't compete, or I'll put it this way, when you compete in a high-level competition, there's only one purpose that you have: win.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing else. You don't go there for show. You're not there for the crowd to watch you play. You ask any of these players, they don't really bother with who's watching. They just want to win.
Now, Admiralty as well. Admiralty defeated Madang FC, and I was really surprised by this result, as much as I was for the POM FC and Hekari game. Admiralty, I mean, what happened to Madang? Admiralty came up with the win.
Nothing happened to Madang.
So Admiralty were just too good?
Admiralty were good. Yeah, what happened was Rodney Mobiha stepped past about 4 players altogether, then was able to pirouette and then get a cross off to his captain, Michael Foster, who scored on the other side. Now that was in the first half. In the second half, former FC Port Moresby player Andrew Marumpau, he scored to double their lead, and then he got substituted, and the person that substituted him was Clement Pekka. Clement Pekka comes in and scores with probably his second touch.
What about the Komalong brothers? Were they on hand?
Well, Felix wasn't there on the weekend, but his older brother Alwyn was. Alwyn played well, as always.
Consistent player.
He's been very, very consistent throughout the season. But they did miss the services of both wingers, Vanya Malagian and Hansen Topio. However, after the match, I had a chat with the coach, Francis Moyap, and we were talking about the semi-finals. Now, some people would have thought that Madang wanted to avoid being in 4th place, so then that means that they get to 3rd place, because FC Port Moresby were a point ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
So if Madang had won that game and FC Port Moresby lost, then Madang go to third and meet Lake City Dwellers in the semi-finals. If Madang stayed in fourth place, then they get to meet Hekari, which they are right now.
Okay.
So I asked Francis Moya, and he said, nope, Madang aren't worried.
Not worried.
Madang are not worried.
They're ready for the semifinals.
They are ready for this. It's going to be on home soil at the Laiwaran over in Madang. It's going to be a massive match. Madang taking on Hekari, Lake City Dwellers taking on FC Port Moresby in Madang. Both games will be there. At home this season, but out of I think 14 rounds.
Okay.
But a lot of their wins have been away from home.
Okay.
The thing is, the crowd in Madang is absolutely fantastic.
I actually saw a lot of the footage from Madang, and they really do get behind their team, and I urge them to continue to do so, as well as you followers of football here in the nation's capital. Make sure you get behind your team as well, especially with it coming in towards the finals. The players and the teams will really need your support, so make sure you do get out and you support your team.
Now, just to finish off, the top scorers for the season have Nigel Dabinyamba on 11.
Lake City Dwellers.
Yep, with Lake City Dwellers. His teammate Raymond Gunemba, along with Hekari striker Tommy Samia, both on 10 goals apiece. Neil Hans, he's got 8. Rodney Mobiha, 7. Semi Hiob, 5. So those are our top 6 scorers for the season.
Wow, it's probably going to get even more exciting as it comes in. So watch those names that Jeremy just mentioned. Now stay with us, because after the break, we'll bring to you all the NRL action. Welcome back to Sports Scene. Now, end of round 9, not end of round 9, there's still one more game to be played in the NRL. Almost at the end of the round, it sees the Brisbane Broncos on top of the ladder.
Yeah, the Broncos
They had a thrilling win over the weekend. Now, I thought that they were going to lose that game to the Panthers after they got the field goal, but then Corey Oates scores in the dying seconds of the game. So it was a really good win for the Brisbane Broncos.
And, after that win, it shoots them up to the top of the NRL table, 2 points ahead of the Melbourne Storm.
Yes, there's a couple of teams that are, 3 teams actually, Storm, Dragons and Cowboys, who are tied in second place, on 12 points, and the Broncos on 14. So you can't take anything away from the Storm, Dragon and Cowboys, because they're actually in blistering form. The Storm welcomed back Billy Slater, and they came away with a great victory over the Paramount Eels, 28 points to 10. So it's been an exciting round of rugby league in the NRL. So yeah, also on the weekend featured Jill Roos versus the Kiwis.
Yeah, the Jill Roos, Australia's rugby team.
Yes, the
rugby
league
team.
Yep. So it was pretty good. And back to local sports, local rugby league. Sorry, the Gurias defeated the Vipers, 22 points to 20.
That was over at the Colorbond, I think, the day before the SB Hunters beat the Northern Pride.
Right, man, that's a really good achievement. Congratulations to the Hunters, Northern Pride, last year's premiers, and probably the favorites again this year. So it was really good for the Hunters to get away with a win, 36 points to 20. So congratulations to the Hunters. Coach Michael Murray, keep up the great work, especially coming off that loss last weekend for the Kumals. It's really good to see the boys bounce back and take that victory.
Well, the Kumals were disappointing in the sense that you know, the country does expect them to win.
And that it does, especially with rugby league being our national sport.
Biggest sport as it is, but you know, there's a lot of pressure on the Kumus to win at every game.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who we play against. And the mentality here in Papua New Guinea is we have to win, which is really what we've come to expect.
Yeah.
But moving on with the SB Hunters, the main problem that they had last season in their debut year was inconsistency. And it's sort of mellowed this year. You know, the players have already gotten used to the conditions of playing in the Intra Super Cup. Which is a totally different standard to the Digital Cup in itself.
Yeah, definitely. So it's really good to see because there's been a reshuffle in the team. Players are a lot bigger. I mean, they're actually huge. Kato Otio was a former volleyballer now turned hunter. And
there's a picture I have with myself in Israel Eliab, and the good thing is he bent his knees when he was standing beside, so I looked a bit taller than he is. But
Jeremy's like 6 foot, so it's pretty big.
I'm just a little bit under 6 feet, like that much.
Yeah, it's okay, Jeremy. Maybe one day.
Now, Dion, just before we go, this is congratulations to Lorraine Genia.
Yes, definitely.
She'll be traveling to Doha in Qatar for a conference, an international conference on women in sport.
Women's sport, and she's representing PNG.
She's representing Papua New Guinea.
Huge congratulations, Lorraine.
On behalf of the PNG Olympic Committee and, of course, Media New Guinea Limited. Yeah, so congratulations, Lorraine.
Make us proud. And that's a wrap for tonight's episode of Sports Scene. Thanks, Jeremy, for your time.
Thank you, Dion.
And for more information, you can go on to MTV Online, or you can download the app of Play Store. You can follow Scholar on Hotspot every Thursday nights, and Lorraine on Road to Port Moresby 2015. Thanks again. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.